Alright, so we got some new parts for the Patrol. It just came in from Australia. 3 days shipping, not too shabby. We have new tierod and drag link and a couple other bits. So the postman just dropped them off. I'm going to get them opened up, take a look at what they seem like. So here are the parts out of the packaging. Now some of you guys are probably wondering, for us up here in the States who never got the Patrol officially, at least not the later ones after 1969, how do you get parts? What do you do if you have any issues? The wonders of the internet never cease, and it actually is pretty easy. These right here just got here. The guys at Roadrunner Off-Road down in Australia shipped them up to us. They got here in 3 days. I ordered them. They told me exactly what we needed, got them shipped, and they arrived this morning. So by comparison, my buddy with his Jeep Cherokee just ordered axles from Summit. It's taken almost 2 weeks for him to get them from Ohio. So you do the math on that. Anyways, like I said, the guys at Roadrunner have sent us a bunch of parts that we've already installed on the Patrol over the last year and a half, and each one of the parts is perfect. They've always been super cool in helping us out, and yeah. So what we got in this shipment is the spring retainer. These clamp the bottom of the springs to the axle perch. The point of this is to keep these springs from falling out at full articulation. On the Patrol, when we go over a large obstacle, the rear axle has a ton of travel downwards, and this will keep the spring from falling out. We have adjustable quick release links on our rear sway bar that we have not been able to actually use for fear of losing the spring. Even as it is right now, when we go over at full articulation, the spring is perilously close to falling out. So this is going to allow us to pull the sway bar disconnects, get full maximum travel on the rear axle without worrying about losing a spring from now on. Now they do sell a second part of this kit that actually is what's called a dropout cone, which sits on top and basically guides the spring back up into its location. We're going to see if we actually need that after we've put this in. If so, then obviously that'll be the next on the shipment list. But for right now, this is going to help out a ton. Then we have right here new heavy-duty adjustable Panhard rods. The Panhards are the links that go from the body down to the axle, left to right. One for the front, one for the rear. Now the importance of this is I'm going to show you a picture of the Patrol, which you may have already noticed in some of the other videos, in that it looks like it's sagging on the right side, the driver's side of the Patrol. You think that we have some springs that are, worn out and need to be replaced. That's not actually what's going on. Because of the design of the Patrol, once you've gone above 2 inches or so of lift, and ours has a 4-inch lift on it, the stock Panhards have been maxed out. They are actually pulling down on the body because they don't have enough travel to cover the new distance. So as you can see, not only does it pull the body down and gives it that sagging look, it actually limits your total flexibility when you're out on the trails as well. These are going to take care of that. These are going to allow us to fully correct that body lean that we have and give us full travel. Combined with that, the spring retainers, we're probably going to see a massive amount of articulation that we can get now. And then right ahead of that are the brand new tie rod and drag link. The drag link is the ultra heavy duty one that they have. It's probably a little bit over 1.25 inches in diameter with heavy duty greasable joints at the end. And then behind that is 1.5 inch solid chromoly tie rod. And that's the piece that goes behind the axle. It goes from spindle to spindle. That is the piece that is most susceptible to damage when you're off-roading on a Patrol, because it sits right behind the rear axle and about the same level. So as soon as you go over a good-sized rock, that oftentimes hits, and I can attest to it. We've already bent our stock one twice. Bent it, straightened it, bent it again, straightened it again. Yeah, it was time. So this, on the other hand, is guaranteed not to break, and even if it does bend, it will still be usable enough to get you home. Plus, they offer lifetime warranty on that. Can't go wrong with that, with one of the most susceptible pieces to the damages of off-roading. So anyhow, going to get these put on the truck here shortly, and I'll show you guys some before and after pictures of that as well, and you'll see the difference that it makes. Alright, so we're going to put the new parts on the Patrol now. And this is what I was telling you guys about earlier. You can see how it has a slight lean to the driver's side. And that is because, as I said, the links do not allow it to properly flex out anymore and are pulling the axle both that way and the body down. So both sides are like that. But after we get this done, it should be up where it's supposed to be now. All right. Alright, so here's an even better view. We're on a totally flat surface now, and you can see from the back here that lean to the driver's side that I was talking about. So hopefully after we get all done with everything, as I said, that's going to be completely sorted out and looking a whole lot better. Okay, so we're going to start with the front end. This right here is the stock front Panhard right there. In pretty decent shape overall. It's not destroyed, not damaged. The bushings are not horrible either. So anyways, that one's gonna come out, and I will show you in 1 second the difference between that and the new one that's going in. Alright, so here we are on the back side of the Patrol at the rear axle. Same thing, Panhard rod connecting right there. And then it goes up to that point right there. So as you can see, both the front and the rear axle have the Panhard connecting to the body on the driver's side, and that is why it is pulling it down and to the right. So let me get this one off. So here are the rear bars. Top one is the stock one below it is the new adjustable heavy duty one. You can see it's a little bit larger, but the main difference is the fact that it is a solid piece. It is substantially heavier. And you can see that just by releasing those points, I haven't even messed with anything else, the truck's already started to level itself out some. And once we get those new ones on there, it'll finish it. The front is a similar situation. You can see right here, the stock one's not a bad unit. It's pretty thick, but it is also lighter than the new solid aftermarket unit. So I'll have these back in a few minutes. Alright, so final product. You can see that beautiful new drag link in, and then right behind the front axle is the brand new tie rod. 38 millimeters solid chromoly. And we're going to get the new steering damper to put on there, but as you can see, the bottom of our Patrol is almost entirely aftermarket componentry and links at this point in time. So that takes care of that, and we'll have some videos set up of our next shakedown run, which hopefully will be Corral Canyon in the next 2 weeks. Alright.